What's up, guys? I'm BTC. The PTR has been updated with a brand new map, Havana, so I'm gonna take you on a little tour and show you everything you need to know. The Havana map is a payload map, and this red truck is the vehicle that you need to bring all the way to the end. But before I show you that, let's start in the attacker spawn room. So this probably looks familiar because this is where the event starts. That's Maximilian's car that got a little ruined. Although, for a vehicle that collided through some of those barriers, it looks like it's in some pretty good shape, gotta say. So you can check out the rest of the area here. You got some posters on the wall. Once more, just in case if you forget where you are, you're in Havana. And there's a couple of exits. You have the one on the left right there. Then you have this main one, which then breaks off into two of them, one on the left and one on the right. So if you come over here to the left side, it's just kind of a dead end over here, and you can then move over to this area, and that is where the payload is going to be. And let's quickly zip over to the other side, and you'll see that there's nothing back here either. I did look at these newspapers right here. It just kind of says that there's a scandal at the casino, and they're basically searching from what I can tell. So then again, we are over here at the red truck. Now there's a couple of places that you can go. Obviously the path is up through that road, but you can go in through this building on the right hand side. It provides you a little bit of cover. And then you can go up the stairs here. And then this brings you to the mini. And you're here on the edge over this side. You can't go past here. This is an invisible barrier. But you can go up the stairs and around, which provides you some nice little high ground in order to attack the defenders. Now, it's possible you could have a defender here at the beginning, but I'm not really sure that's a good idea. You're probably going to want to have the defenders up on that area right there. We'll get to that in just a second. But if you come over all the way over here, you'll remember from the event, if you go over to this side, it's actually walled off, but now it's open, and you do have that mini right there. You can come inside this building, and it provides you pretty good cover from the defenders. Again, it's possible the defenders could set up here, but probably not all that good of an idea. And then we can come over to here, and you've got this area up here. This is the second attacker spawn right here. So you've got the exits through the bottom and through the top right there. And then the actual spawn room itself is really, really small. It's just this unfinished room, and that's it. Let's continue on. This building right here is going to be incredibly important for the defenders. There's a couple of different ways to get inside. You can go through this doorway here, which is probably going to be the primary access point for the attackers. You've got a mini health pack right there. You come up around the stairs, and then you can come up over to here, which is the high ground. You also have this staircase right here, which is what the defenders are primarily going to be using. But once you're up here, this is an incredibly powerful defensive position. You can have an Orisa drop a shield, have a Bastion, or even a Torb, and maybe a Mercy, and all that other stuff up here. And this is going to have a lot of advantages. It's a very narrow area, so it's not like you can really be attacked from the sides all that much. Now, they can try to get in around and behind you, but again, if you're paying attention, you should be able to deal with it. You could also have a Junkrat up here as well, who could probably have a trap or something down in that area and also provide you a little bit of early awareness. Now, the thing is if you have a Baptiste, you can just drop that Immortality Drone right here, and it will protect everybody that's here and who is attacking the payload. So this is an incredibly powerful defensive position. Now, let's head over here. And in this area, there is some high ground here. This is only accessible for those characters that have some sort of vertical mobility. There's no staircase or anything like that. So a Hanzo or Widowmaker are going to be really good right there. And then over on this side, you do have access going around the building. But again, it doesn't go up to that high ground. You also have access going through the bottom over here as well. And up over here, this is a little bit different. There's a doorway there that leads into the next area. You also have the Mega right here, which again, for defenders, probably going to be quite valuable. So the main point that you go in is going to be here. You're going to have the doors open up when the vehicle actually gets here. So that's going to be kind of like the doors on Dorado when they open up when you go inside the building. And then the vehicle is going to come in through here, and it follows along this path. And then it comes over to here where the second set of doors are going to open. So let's go through this a little bit more. Now, again, you've seen some of this in the event, but again, some things have changed. So you have this high ground right here. You also have another flanking route over on this side. There's another mega right there, and you can also access it through the bottom over here. So this is the second defender spawn right in here. Correction, this is the first defender spawn right here. This is the first defender spawn. So you have the access through there and also over on this side. And then you also have some other flanking routes. You can come up and around here. And this swings all the way around the back. Over here into this area. Now, they did remove some of the perches that the snipers in the event would be using, so those are gone. Also, this is here, which is meant to prevent line of sight all the way across the side. So these two giant objects are here to prevent the Widowmaker or a Hanzo from being able to sit way, way, way back there and attack all the way over here. Or vice versa. You could have an attacker Widow right here who could see all the way across the map. They didn't want that to happen, which is why these objects are there in the way. You've got another mini right there, and there is another path over on this side. That is another flanking route, and there's another mini health pack right there as well. And then you come over here, and again, you have the second area. Continuing on, this is the last attacker spawn room. Once you go in here, you've got this bar in here. And here is the other exit. And I'm going to quickly show you, this is the second defender spawn. So second defender spawn right here. It's actually quite small in this area. You also have the second one right there. And there is a mini right there. You also have this perch here. But again, remember, this is the second defender spawn, so they're not going to be spawning here when the attackers are trying to move this cart through. So it's not like they can just leave that area and then sit up here and perch. That's not how it's going to work. The final defender spawn is going to be way over there in that building. So let me show you over here. Again, the truck is going to come down here, and it goes up the road, follows the path that we had in the event. There are a couple of things. You've got the mega inside here, and there's not really much here. It doesn't look like you can actually stand on here, so I don't think this is going to be a widow perch or anything, because it looks like they make it so it's angled, so people are going to slide off. You do have this little flanking route right here. There's another mini right there, and a mega right there. So you do have a small flanking route right there. And again, the vehicle does need to come in through here. And then you've got all the stuff that we had during the event, which is these little rooms in the flanking areas and such. There's another mini right there. There are a lot of health packs on this map. A lot of health packs. So this area right here seems like it is going to be an incredibly powerful defensive position as well, because the only area you really have to defend is right here. While it's possible for the attackers to come up through here, the thing is they have to go in front of you for the most part in order to get to these stairs. Now, they could try to come in through the flank over there, but again, that's a long distance to travel, and you're protected from almost every angle. And once more, you'll notice on the walls, right there, and right there, and right there, the little widow, the sniper perches are all missing. So that stuff has been removed from the game. I don't know why they took those away. I think they should have just left them in. You also have some more high ground right here, so in the defenders, when they're trying to move in through here, you can certainly defend here, but there's not all that much room here, so this might be better for like a Widow or a Hanzo or something, rather than a full-on defense with an Orisa and a soldier or something like that. And of course, they move it in through here, and then this is the final area where the actual payload has to end. And this is the final defender spawn in here. So there are going to be the two exits, one on the left and one on the right. And then inside here is that giant room with the helicopter that we saw from the cutscene. But unfortunately, there's no helicopter here. I don't know where it went, but it's not here. This is the final spawn room for the defenders. So there you have the map, guys. Unfortunately, it looked like they didn't have anything special that happened at the end. Like, the vehicle doesn't get charged, or it doesn't go through the door or anything. That's what happened during the event. Now, during the Dorado map, it does have that big energy beam that comes down, and also it kind of seems to get supercharged on the King's Row map as well. And even on the Gibraltar map, you see the ship take off in the distance and all that sort of stuff, but that doesn't seem to happen here. I don't know if it just hasn't been added yet, or maybe because I'm in a custom game or whatever. By the way, the payload was moving at like 500 normal speed because I wanted to make it go fast, so that's not how fast the payload actually moves in this map. But there you go, guys. That is Havana. That is the normal version of the map that we got. Get a nice little look around into the city. What's that? What's over there? I didn't even look. This is the first time I've actually looked over there. It just looks like a bunch of kind of placeholder buildings. But that's the map, guys. So what do you think? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss anything. Also, come hang out in my Discord server and my Twitch live stream. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters. If you'd like to see what kind of cool VIP rewards you can get, check the links down below. And remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault.